Nou, wat voor een finish zou dit zijn? Je ziet het bijna gebeuren. De hele dag gaat er niks in. En dan valt deze of valt hij toch niet. Nou ja, dat is ook typerend voor de dag en dat weet Baas thuis zelf ook.
Ook dit geen slechte pit.
Nee.
De lukte hol van die afstand.
Ja.
Goede snelheid. Het is wel een birdie. Nou, wie weet, misschien speelt hij met de lighter morgen. Zou zomaar kunnen, maar ja, het is een 75 voor Oosterhuizen. Op een dag waarvan hij waarschijnlijk dacht, misschien ben ik in het voordeel. Normaal gesproken de betere ballstriker, maar nee, deze man die gaf Oosterhuizen vandaag een lesje. Goed voor birdie en een 67. Natuurlijk gaat iedereen even naar de beste score van de dag en dat als leider maakt het des te knapper.
Ja, we zagen al eerder vandaag dat hij is 3 keer frontrunner geweest, de leider na 36 holes. Zijn resultaat daarbij was eerste, tweede, tweede. Dus dit is wel een goede frontrunner in daar en dat heeft hij vandaag laten zien. Kan hij nog een dagje. Ik denk dat hij heel tevreden is. Het was goed. Geen slechte ballenverslagen, eigenlijk nauwelijks in de problemen. Misschien is wel het voordeel een beetje dat hij vandaag, nou ja, dus eigenlijk zelfs de eerste ronde maar 4 of 5 fairways slaat. En wel laat zien dat hij een scoring in kan zetten. Dus als de driver morgen ook niet loopt, ja, dan is dat voor hem nog niet
om zich zorgen te maken.
Nee,
Een hele fijne finish ook weer vandaag. Die up en down op 17 en de birdie erachteraan. Dus ja, het misschien gek lopen wil hij niet winnen morgen.
Ja, van de andere kant, het is een baan waar je op laag kan. En,
nou, dat heeft hij zelf laten zien, ja.
Ja, dat heeft hij zelf laten zien.
In ronde 1 met die 62. Dit de surprise of the day. Je zou het eerder shot of the day misschien moeten noemen, maar prachtige chip, pitch in voor Eagle van Richard Sterling.
Ja, de man op de tweede positie, min 14. Staat 3 slagen achter Lowry en 2 slagen voor Poulter. Ja, die kan het dan morgen nog winnen. Het is moeilijk, want Lowry staat wel ver voor. Er moet iemand laag gaan of Lowry moet fouten maken. Maar ja, van de andere kant, je weet het nooit, maar met het spel wat Lowry heeft laten zien, het kort spel wat hij heeft, het putten wat zo solide is, verwacht je ook bijna niet dat hij zoveel fouten gaat maken.
Richard, give us your reflections, if you will, on a first 69 in what have to be very tricky conditions.
Yeah, I'm very happy. Good back nine. I hit the ball pretty decently. It was, as you said, a lot tougher today. So, of course, showed its teeth, and 69 was pretty good score.
We had a little chat as you left the 10th tee. You were currently 4 behind on that, so you chipped in for eagle and bring it down to 2. Just describe that shot for us.
Yeah, I was just trying to hit it to within 6 or 8 feet. It was a pretty tough shot into the grain there. And, you know, the grain here is a bit tricky, I find, and came out well, and I wasn't expecting it to go in, and you know, in it went. So that's always nice, a bit of a bonus, and made a couple of good crucial putts on the back nine as well.
Give us your thoughts on tomorrow in the final group with Shane Lowry. Not quite sure what he's going to finish. He's on the final hole as we speak, but give us your thoughts on that day.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I was quite relaxed today. Yesterday I was a little bit nervous for some reason, but yeah, it's been a long time since I've been in contention, but I've managed to pull it off a few times, so maybe there's some magic left in there.
I'm sure there is. We'll look forward to watching tomorrow. Thanks.
Thank you.
Ja, 6 keer gewonnen, maar de laatste alweer een tijd geleden, 2013. Morgen vanaf 8 uur beginnen we met de uitzending ronde 4 van het Abu Dhabi HSBC Championship. Maar voordat we daaraan beginnen, hebben we vanavond nog om 9 uur PGA Tour, de Desert Classic, waarin Phil Mickelson fantastisch begon met een 60 in ronde 1. En die 60 op een par 72, waanzinnige ronde, gaat ronde 2 in met 3 slagen voorsprong. Dus veel mooi golf om nog te bekijken. de komende dagen. Laten we Joost Luiten natuurlijk ook niet vergeten. Eerste toernooi van het jaar. Groot event, Rolex Series. En Luiten die is gewoon op de 12e plek. 8 onder par. Doet het beter dan bijvoorbeeld een Tommy Fleetwood, een Dustin Johnson.
Makkelijker. Met de autoverzekering van Centraal Beheer word je goed geholpen en ben je snel weer op weg. Kijk op Centraal Beheer.
Ron, the defending champion, very early in his round, he's 1 over par through 2. And this is Mickelson at the 6th. For an eagle, stuffed one in there close and had inside 5 feet. And you can see in these damp conditions, Mickelson is having himself a time out there. Best round going so far today. 2 clear of all the chasers here. Phil the Wetter back in 2002 and again in 2004. Has put this event on his schedule a number of times through the years. Always likes to get a little work under his belt early in the season, especially out here on the West Coast. Mickelson teeing it up here for the 16th time in tournament history. And this field also includes the reigning FedEx Cup champion and the current top-ranked player in the world, Justin Rose. He's in the middle of his round. Rose playing with Zach Johnson over at La Quinta Country Club. Both players had 1 under par, just underway on day 1 of the Desert Classic.
Oh, you gotta be. Get him!
Got our top tracer technology, get the ball flight, and quick firings out there too.
He had 4 here now, dropped down to a 5. The wind died. 207 to the hole.
Good shot. Not bad conditions right now, although it is chilly, but we had breeze pass through, still maybe raining over at La Quinta. And we jump to the 8th, Johnny Vegas with Tim Mackay out there.
Thanks, Terry. This goes a little right here.
Just didn't have it from the start, can't do it, but a man who's played well here in the past and this time of the year too. Yeah, this time of the year, feels comfortable out here in the desert. Jump over to La Quinta, about 4 miles from where we are, so a little bit of rain. It was heavier about 20 minutes ago. Zach for birdie, this is real grass they're putting on. I know it looks like artificial surface, they're so perfect. These are greens that are good as you'll ever see. Playing on turf today.
Over at the Necklace, par 317, Hudson Swafford. He teed off on the 10th hole, so to a big hole of the day, 2017 winner. Started off a tight for 3rd last week at the Sony Open, so in good form and a nice shot at the par 3. Stadium.
And out the tee at 16, Tom Hoagie teed off at 10 to start the day. Get a look here. Driving distance grid, by
Come back.
Should have a reasonable chance of being there if you can get it in play. It's cool conditions, but 66, gonna have to lay up from there. Fabian Gomez teed off at 10. This is his birdie attempt at the par 3, difficult par 3 here. And finding the cup for another birdie, so that 203-yard par 3. Tough par 3s on this stadium course. Fabian Gomez with back-to-back birdies. It's 2. You got to keep the pedal down. Birdies are what you're after all week.
Of course, second hole from the edge, Charles Schwartzel at even par.
Expecting this position is left to his right. Across the range, he just didn't really do it. Kind of raced it through.
That pace didn't do anything movement-wise. Charlie Hoffman won back in 2007. Back over at the feet after 9. Justin Rose can get to 2 under. First sitting number 1 to play in this event.
And you're losing ground quickly if you're only 1 under par. The turn at the Keith Country Club.
Yeah, that's the pressure of playing there on day 1.
It is. Yeah, you're trying to ease your way into the season, but knowing you really need to go out and shoot 5 or 6 under par in your first round.
One tap go. Number 1 in the world, 6 top 5s his last 8 worldwide starts.
Hudson Swafford is for birdie. Right to his left. Several years ago, Harrison Frazier in the qualifying school birdie this hole went on to a 59, which was and still is the course record. 59s have been shot in the desert a few times. Swafford just a par. With his buddy Kevin Kisner. Back birdies.
There's the fresh year at 18, making the turn. Nicholas Horse. Right.
Yep.
Just thinking about the weather today, David, they're dealing with wearing sweaters out here. It's hot to see it with rain coming down. But tomorrow, really no wind right now. Tomorrow we expect some gusts up to 25, maybe 30 miles an hour.
You come out here and play, and you expect me to put a light pullover on in the morning, but it'll be fairly warm by mid-morning. Very different weather than you're expecting when you come out here and play.
So that to deal with when he gets up there, just off.
Fucking always wrong. Always wrong.
The 9th on the stadium.
Okay.
Russell Knox getting ready to go here. He's got 167 here from the center of the fairway. Obviously, in these conditions, the ball's not traveling nearly as far as it normally does. He's now going to defer to one of the amateur partners.
Hasn't gotten off to the best start, has he, Bones?
No, it looks a little bit rusty. I think a lot of these conditions out here catch a lot of guys off guard. They're used to playing what they like to call indoor golf out here when it's 75 and perfect, and certainly these conditions don't lend themselves to that kind of swing we typically see. But the way this man puts it, just get him on the green and get him going, and he'll fight back in a hurry.
Bogeys at 2 and 5, pars on the others.
Lovely swing.
Good contact, good line also. Just a little left of the hole.
Well, that's where you have to hit it. That hole location, kind of a sucker pin over on the far right edge. One of the longer holes on the stadium. Head over to 6.
Those tee shots. Justin Hadley here for Baker.
It could even be better. He lipped out on the last hole. Tough read here. Easy to miss on that left side. It looks like it should break right.
Hanging on the left side. Enough moisture to slow the greens down at all?
Yeah, unquestionably. I think it's been enough rain and drizzle, the cool weather, the dampness in the air.
not going to quite have the pace you'd expect.
John to Vegas.
Jonathan, damn conditions get to me there. So how far I swing it. This ball went an absolute mile off the tee, well over 300 yards. Just left with some 120 yards, and despite the tough pin here, this is one he can attack. He's so close to the hole.
Birdie's at 2 and 3. Solid first 9. Get this close as Bones said. Not going to birdie. Make the turn to 300. That's a good shot. And we'll get a little teach off Russell Knott's putt coming up towards the hole, knowing that it'll move just a little to the right. Should be able to make that.
Two-time winner Bill Haas, this for par at 6. His tee shot ended up about 90 feet away, so a decent putt to here.
Winner 2010, 2015, up to 16.
I'll take maybe one less to be fair. I think it'll bounce and then spin for you downwind.
Baas season with a 17th place finish at the Safeway Napa. No. Well, not soon enough.
Yeah, giant mistake right there with just a short wedge in your hand. Oh, when it goes down into the divot to make things even worse.
You knew it was bad, and then it ends up in
And
that.
it ends up worse.
First course, English for birdie from off the green.
It can be difficult to get a start on the proper line coming out of the first cut there. It tends to bounce a little bit, but this one looks good.
Really well judged. Just kept that pace and ran through it.
Sla je niet gewoon in een
Hard, and he finishes up at 18. Just making the turn though, and we are just off and running here. Day one, it's cloudy, it's cool, some rain. They expect more rain throughout the day. Not bothering Phil Mickelson though, shaking off the rust, he says, but up by 1 on day 1 here. We keep the California, the Desert Classic.
Stadium course at PGA West is the host venue this week. That's where James Hahn and Chris Kirk are beginning their week. They're down there at the 13th.
Godverdomme, man.
Just off the green there. They began the round at the 10th, where Kirk made birdie, currently at -1. Aaron Wise playing with Phil Mickelson at the Quinta Country Club. Couple birdies on the scorecard through 7 for Wise. That one a little bit better. Long range chance from about 25 feet for another. Back over at the stadium. This is a birdie chance for James. It's going to be 4 straight pars to begin the day for Hahn, if he can handle that one. Missed the cut last week in Honolulu, the Sony Open. He nearly won that event last year, losing in a 6-hole playoff to Patton Kizzire. Former champion at Riviera and Quail Hollow in Charlotte. Multiple winner out here on the tour. Mickelson ready to go with a 5-under round going here. A blistering start for Mickelson. He's got it in position for another birdie to get to -6. Low rounds have been commonplace here in the desert through the years, and Phil Mickelson is generating one early today.
Bal nou eens, man. Godsamme.
Good to hear Dave Duval in the commentary box. 20 years ago this week, Duval shot what was then the 3rd ever sub-60 round in PGA Tour history and did it in the final round to secure the victory. Back out to the golf course where Russell Knox still hasn't put a birdie on the card yet today.
At the ninth, Russell Knox with his birdie attempt.
This putt definitely goes right in the middle part, but because of the way the holes cut, it may hang on at the end.
Look how Vegas got in there to take a peek, and that's absolutely what you need to do. Be observant. Use other balls and shots to help you with your reads. Go to Chesson Hadley, Kurt Byram's with this group.
Conservatively off the tee here, Matt, with the iron.
It's 340 yards, Kurt, just placement.
He actually hit iron off the par 5 fifth hole as well, Matt. Just played it as a 3-shotter, so he's got a game plan.
That's fine. Just leaving a wedge in for his second. The best score in the stadium so far. Hadwin now at the par 5 fifth hole, 252 yards. Just carried the hazard, so he's in good shape now. He shot a 59 over La Quinta Country Club. Go there, man.
To the 10, and Justin Rose, his first event of 2019. Second shot here through the trees.
Pretty easy to hit it through the fairway there at the tip on the right. It's a pretty narrow corridor off the tee that you got to get swinging from the right to the left. It's one of the more difficult holes there.
Looking to get something going. Hadn't been able to at this point.
Vegas now for Birdie Bones. He's got it over the reed.
Yeah, I gotta have a great look after seeing Knox's car. Just a little bit of a slider.
Yeah, that's pretty much the layup. Good first 9 holes for Jonathan Vegas, former champion.
And a reminder, you can compete against your family and friends for the ultimate bragging rights. Participate in the PGA Tour's Fantasy One and Done game online. It's free to play. Sign up now at pgatour.com/fantasy. Back out to the 10th at La Quinta, and Zach Johnson second.
Tee off 3-wood or 2-iron off the 10th tee there. Try to turn it over. Leaves you nothing but a short. I expect to get a lot closer than Zach does right there. Comes up almost a club short. Golf ball's just not traveling today.
Wow, Hoagie.
It's off at his third well over the green. Roll down into an awful lie.
Yeah, couldn't do a whole lot with that.
That thing over there, fine, touch into the,
Right.
it's high level. It's 122, hopefully in the 118.
Right.
So you got a little bit of help there.
You don't like that club.
Well, it's part of it, yeah.
Really?
But
All right, I'd like to say something hard on this down for it.
I mean, you got the help mix versus.
Yeah.
Still good with it?
Yeah, I do.
Wavered off the tee, Kurt, but a lot of dialogue with his caddy there for Bill Haas.
He actually got a good break here. This dormant Bermuda is beat down, so he has a good lie. He's got an angle, no tree trouble. It's just a matter of hitting the right club now with just a little bit of help, just a wedge.
Pretty good.
Oh, man, you're right. Good recovery there. Bill Haas even par for the 2-time champion of this tournament. About 8 feet away to get to 1 under. Help with all the players coming on in this weather. This is not normal. That's why they're all here this time of year. Usually sunny and about 70 every day.
Not today.
Bounce, bounce, come on, bounce.
At 16 for birdie.
Never slightly to the right. Never had the speed. Never had the line.
FedEx Cup playoffs for the first time last season. It's a good finish. It's early in the year. Shriners 14th at Mayakoba.
Chesson Hadley now set to go, Kurt.
Just 97 yards, Matt. Great line, good angle.
That is an unforced error. I know he wanted to throw it past the hole, but geez, that's not characteristic of Chesson. Really good with his wedges.
Third now for Rowe is at Wakita.
Pitches it on the green, some 20, 30 feet short, try to get it released back to the hole. Well played there.
Think about what he's come off of. Take you back to that the Tour Championship. Tiger winning it, but Rose with that tap in, entered Tour Championship in second, final round 73 at East Lake. The FedEx Cup trophy. 13th season now with the FedEx Cup. Keeping on the road, little change this year to the schedule, big change to the schedule, but also when they end. And here, kicking off 2019 as number 1.
We look down at our first look at Alcatraz, the par 3, iconic par 3, 168 yards today. Hole location just 4 pieces from the right edge. You gotta be careful. We've already had one in the water. JT Poston will have the honor.
I think just play the number. Man, it's gonna cover if it comes up, 10 feet short.
Reads in regulation 4 out of 7. Well, there's no room for error here. You must hit the screen. David, what do you do here? Do you just hit it middle of the green and try to push it? You had a great shot, and I'm telling anybody, but is it a middle of the green type shot?
It really is. It's a bit of a conservative shot here. Try to get into the heart of the green. You're not going to have a particularly long putt if you do. But you got to be decisive with your number and decisive with the club you pick.
Yeah, that's not a bad shot. Away.
Kind of all you really want to do, because this is one of the holes that could really be disastrous. You heard he and his caddy talking about just play the number, should be comfortable covering it. You can see him a little bit abbreviated 3/4 swing here. Trying to keep that club face square as long as possible. A little bit sawed off, kind of just a knockdown shot, well played.
Hoagie next to play.
A little bit anxious
I was
with
gonna
the
say,
line.
those eyes stared at that a little bit too long, thinking, man, did I push that? Over to 7, Chestnut, more the little fairway metal there, Kurt, just trying to pop it out of that first cut of rough.
With a putting stroke, just get it up on top of that grass first. He could have done anything. He could have chipped it, putted it, or used this.
That's rolling out these greens, as David said, in the desert, they're overseeded. They're Bermuda greens with ryegrass and poacher of the Alice, and they putt like pool tables. They're so good. Tap in par, and he'll have the best round going on the stadium course. As David mentioned, you shoot 4 or 5 under on stadium, you did very, very well. Hadwin now, born in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. We've got a lot of Canadians that visit the desert during the winter. That's a good up and down for Birdie. Now residing in the Vancouver area with his wife.
Zach Johnson. This for Birdie at 10 over at La Quinta.
Should be moving towards his right at the end. We saw Justin Rose's pitch doing the same thing.
Flat stick in. Get your brain throughout on that rule. At 18, making the turn. An opening 9, 3 under. There you go. Add to that. So off to a good start. What a way to close that night too.
Bill Haas has had 1 birdie today, 1 bogey, so trying to get to -1.
It's interesting that his amateur partner just putted from about a foot left of this ball. Bill Haas was off the side of the green, never even watched the roll of the ball, so
Really?
I'm not sure his amateur has been putting real well.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Might not be striking it squarely and giving it a good roll.
He literally didn't even watch the ball as it got to the hole, and it died right on the left side of the hole. So I think he's going to do his own thing here.
I want to get that image of maybe a jabby putting stroke.
Damn it!
I don't know. He's won twice here, so
Right.
he pretty much knows how to handle the situation.
Let me say, it's the only amateur in this mix. I'm offended right now.
Great opportunity after really a poor drive here, though. Good recovery shot. Got a chance to get it in the red figures.
All right, snuck it in the left side, so he didn't need any help. And a birdie for Bill Haas gets him to -1. Fist bump to the end. I'm sorry, Bart. I had to do this on my own. Look at the last 5 years, though, what he has done at the Desert Classic. Under par, 81. Brian Palmer has always played well. Adam Hadwood's at 71.
Johnny Vegas on the way at 10 bones.
Out of a divot, very solid contact considering.
Yeah, good shot. Still staring though. Wow, that's break, but well executed, huh?
It was still pretty clean getting into the back of the ball, but most of the players really doesn't bother them unless it's a really deep.
Keep it here from Russell Knox, two-time PGA Tour winner.
From 141, left center of the fairway, and 2 over, and a green light pin here to make it after he over the 9 iron. All over it.
Oh yeah. Remember the run he had in Europe last year too, 2018. He won the Irish Open, runner-up in the French Open in consecutive weeks. This for par.
Wayward drive. It's just outside the hole on the left, towards that left lip, and should be moving back.
Don't want to have to be fighting for pars over at La Quinta then.
So, barely treading water at that point. We're struggling there.
Yeah, that's the fog, cloudy areas up in the mountains that delayed us an hour, in fact more over here at PGA West, about 75 minutes at these two golf courses. Alex Learboard to break here at the Desert Classic.
To the ninth at La Quinta, the group featuring Phil Mickelson and Aaron Wise, they've reached the ninth. Short par 4. Wise coming in from the first cut here. Beautiful. Going to lead to a likely birdie, his third of the day.
Yes!
On the stadium course, Fabian Gomez currently at 1 under at the 15th. The Argentine off the mark with that one, coming off bogey at 14. For Mickelson, looking like he's going to need to manufacture something here. No problem shooting that one through the palm trees, and it skids in there to about 10 feet. So another chance for Mickelson. He misfired for birdie. That to make the turn in 30 for Phil. This is Roberto Castro back at 15 on the stadium course. Three birdies in his opening 5 holes of the day for Castro. Twice he has made it all the way to the FedEx Cup playoff finale at the Tour Championship. And on a couple of other occasions, he has failed to keep his PGA Tour card. But a quick start for him today here in the desert. Phil Mickelson looking to keep it humming here. At the 9th, Phil Mickelson to make the turn in 30. There it is, 4 birdies and an eagle for Mickelson. Big crowd following him out there, and they're buzzing right now. The golf course is alive.
At 17, this is Sean O'Hare. 3 under par in his round on the Nicklaus tournament course. He teed off on 10, so this is only his 8th hole of the day. That's a nice shot there. That'll be a breaking putt downhill right to left. Get him to 4 under par in the round. Back to the stadium course, the 10th hole.
Saw that shot in here for Johnny Vegas. How did it go? So what's he got now for birdie?
Well, he's got a great look, bookie, a little bit back up the hill.
Oh, stay. Fuck.
All of a sudden, it's starting to warm up a little bit out here. I mean, I think those temperatures and the players getting that much more comfortable with what they're wearing and the way they're swinging. I expect to see some birdies here on this back nine.
So a bit of sun peeked through a few moments ago. Take a look and go behind the clouds again. Just a par, 17.
This is Poston for birdie. Teed off on 10. Famous Alcatraz hole. If you get a 2 here, that's tracking. But nothing wrong with walking out with a par 3. Over to the Nicholas Tournament course, 17. Charles Howell finished a 4,000-day winless drought, winning the RSM Classic in November. Started the year so far tied for 14th tournament champions, and 8th last week in Sony, and another quality shot. Well done by Charles Howell, one of the most popular players on tour. Good look there. Back to the stadium. Up the hill for Hoagie. Asking for it to get in, but just grazed the edge. Will be a par for the 2 pros in this group. To the difficult 18th hole. Their 9th of the day. Tom Hoagie out of TCU by way of North Dakota. This weather doesn't bother him. He's in short sleeve.
Now, Bones mentioned it got a little warmer out here, so probably more guys taking the jackets off.
Well, you can see how soft that Knox has gotten by going from Scotland to Florida. Now he's kept full of rods.
You gotta wonder about this, right? They expect them to be in shorts as they let them. There's a chance here, Bones?
Yeah, really good chance. Couldn't ask for a better look. Just straight back up the hill. Very little movement here.
Yep. Players, of course, playing with the amateurs. Big part of the tradition of this event since the beginning. Formats change throughout the year. Schwartzel on the tee here. 4th. 174.
No more than a 7-iron for Charles. He's out there pretty good. A little bit of a pull right there.
Really playing well, about as well as he's ever played. He just can't finish. So put that end together. So it's putting more pressure on him because he's got expectations based on his play. Mickelson at 6 under par. Been watching Mark Laird as well play awful well on day 1 here. 1 off the lead.
Fabian Gomez, a little scrambling to do here, just off the edge of the 15th green on the stadium. Soft hands with that one, delicate shot, well executed. Looks like he's going to avoid back-to-back bogeys there and stay 1 under. At the 16th, 3rd shot here for Chris Stroud on the stadium course. Beautiful shot. Birdies at 11 and 12. It's going to be another for Stroud there at 16 to get him back into 1 number. Into red numbers, rather, of mine. And Roberto Castro in search of his 4th birdie of the day here at 15. Greens are just a little dampened by the drizzle throughout the morning. Maybe have lost a touch of their speed. Back at 16, first shot for Hunter Mahan. Much in the same spot as Chris Stroud was a moment ago.
Ik zeg nou voor een
The
waardeloze
visual we
bal.
just saw, and what's going to run
Concentreer je
out.
nou eens.
Bogeys on the card at 11, 13, and 15 thus far for Mayhem. That's for his first birdie of the day there. Phil Mickelson, two-time champion with an opening 9 holes in 30 today, is your leader. La Quinta Country Club, the easiest of the 3 in the rotation, and Phil Mickelson has made it look so. Back out to Bill Haas, former champion here as well.
Back at 8, checking out Bill Haas, second here in the fairway.
230 front right, 256 to the hole. He can get there easily. Huge bunker in the front. This is turning over left.
The kick to still on that bank. Billy said missed the playoffs last year. It really motivated him to get back in shape, healthier, stronger. In terms of the Desert Classic, though, since 2009, the points are
Yeah, fairly dominant performance out here. Won the event a couple times. Just incredibly comfortable playing here in Wakita.
so the number earlier, 81 under in the last 5 years. Right now, FedEx Cup standings, Xander Schauffele, Matt Kuchar, got a couple of multi-winners away. Leishman with a win, and Woodland got so close in Hawaii. Charles Howell back to the winner's circle, as Matt said. And the champ with a win as well. Putnam playing so well right now, getting close.
Sean O'Hare, now his putt for birdie, going downhill to the left. Turn now, turn. It's supposed to turn. Good putt. Sometimes good putts don't go in. Back over at the stadium, 17. Chris Stroud from his caddy's words, right at the C in Classic, so they picked out a target just to the left of the hole.
Your raindrops in that.
Yeah, I think we're going to have kind of off and on all day. Low ceilings. Chris Stroud got his one and only win at the Barracuda Classic in Reno. Different scoring system. They use the Stableford system there. And then you see the C in the Classic. I'm assuming the right C. That would put him almost dead center of the green.
What we were talking about earlier, being decisive with your line, your target here. Going through your team and firing away.
Looks like it's leaking all right. All right at it. Good shot there. That's pretty aggressive. We're at the Nicklaus Tournament Alex Chake at the 9th hole, demanding hole. 461 yards, front left hole location. This for a 32 on his first 9 holes. Jacob's got to be getting close to turning 50, I would think. The tournament victory in Puerto Rico in 2015. 50 in 2020 in December, so I'm sure he'll be playing a lot of PGA Tour Champions. Good effort there with the flagstick in.
Yeah, PGA West, playing Stadium course, Palmer Private Net, and playing the Nicklaus Tournament course. Par 72, just under 7,200 yards, all that Bermuda. Different colors. This time of year, 100 bunkers. But the history, all the years that we've watched golf from the 60s on, and these particular golf courses from the 80s on. Picking up landscape here at PGA West.
This is John Huff. Also playing well. This to shoot 32. It's all always nice to have the other pro in your group making birdies. It helps with the momentum, the positive vibes, feeding off each other. Just keep making more birdies. Both look like pars at the 9th. Not bad front 9. Charles Howell, now remember that 17 hit it about 5 feet underneath the hole. About a 95% of it. This is going in. Well done for Charles, and that is another birdie. Gets him a couple under. Back over to the stadium course.
On the tee at 18, Tom Hogan. 9th hole of the day.
Really want to aim this out towards the right side of the fairway, just inside the bunkers. Try to get it moving from the right to the left.
Take a closer look at this swing now, David.
Well, you can see him aiming out kind of towards the lollipop looking tree. Big thing that he does well is he holds off the club face, keeps it from turning over. You see most of the great hitters trying to do. Keep the club face square as much as possible. Full extension through, staying upright, rotating all the way down the ball.
As it stands for Hadley, his third terrible lie, too, in a depression and an old pitch mark. Had to get up quick. That was just a really bad break. Anywhere in the front bunker is an easy shot.
Drop back to the 6th, Brian Harmon. And we get a look at the ball flight with our top tracer technology. It's been pretty good here. 20 under the last 3 years. Nice little kick. Yep, well done, and a chance. Back at 4, Schwartzel for birdie. Second time. Seen him maybe borrow a little too much, and maybe it does come down to putting. You feel like you're playing so well but not scoring. And you get down on the greens, kind of handling down. No, not nearly enough. A man who started his season a couple of 10th place finishes in South Korea and in Mexico. 64, close it out in Korea that time. At the 8th, this for birdie for Haas.
Yeah, he had a nice flop shot from hole high left. He didn't have much green to work with. This would be a really good up and down if he can get it to go.
His amateur partner made it. No, I don't know that. Hoagie now. Just avoided that divot here at 18. Talking to it. Yep, hole high. Meanwhile, Hadley back at the 8th. This for par.
I mean, it's very early in the tournament, but this is a really easy par 5, especially when you drove it where Hadley did. So, he really wants to do it right. Yeah, good putt.
Had that bad break on his 3rd where it ended up, but now they're back at 6th year's Harmon. Pace. I mentioned the last 3 years what he has done. Yep, 20 under along with Adam Hadwin, who has posted a 59. That was back in 2017 out of Kita. Those 3. But Colley as well. 19 or 20 under in the last 3 years. But you come here and that's your mindset. You know you have to post some more numbers to be anywhere near the top.
At 11 now, Johnny Vegas.
282 at the front, trying to squeeze it through it up there to the throat. He has blocked this significantly to the right.
And that's kind of where your miss needs to be. You've got some green to work with there. And all the way back left, Mickelson, he's on fire. 6 under par through his first 9 holes, leading by 1 by a cloudy, dreary day in the desert.
Bogey-free round going for Zach Johnson alongside Phil Mickelson at La Quinta Country Club. Third shot here at 11. Very clever. Brought up their load, skipped it up there, kicking in birdie range. That's going to get Zach Johnson a -2. And we're going to catch up with Aaron Wise here at the 10. Front side of 33 for the reigning PGA Tour Rookie of the Year, and a birdie chance there. This is Justin Rose, and this is for eagle after par 5, 11. You don't want to do any worse than 4 at this par 5, and that's the score that Rose will be looking for there. About 3 feet of work to do. Phil Mickelson doing some work today. Back at the 10th here. Tug just a little bit, but right at flag high. Well judged for distance. And Rose's short birdie attempt here is going to move him to -2. 3 birdies through the middle 6 holes of the round, offsetting 1 bogey for the top-ranked player of the world today. Starting to close down the first hour of our coverage here. 4 hours of scheduled coverage for you. As Phil Mickelson plays the 10th hole at the Quinta Country Club, protecting a 1-shot lead. Meanwhile, Jonathan Vegas, the first player from Venezuela ever to win on the PGA Tour right here in the desert back in 2011, is early in his second 9 holes.
Hi, Bones. How's that lie for Johnny Vegas?
Severely downhill. It's going to significantly deep off the club here from just outside 100 yards. This is going to be a tricky shot here, especially with a pretty salty back left pin location.
38 paces on the green, green's 46 paces deep, just 4 from the edge. That downhill, and what can also happen is that heel can dig, base can turn over, all of a sudden you're hooking right into the water, but he's skilled enough.
Trying to hit a low skipper here. This is a good looking shot.
Very good shot.
Yeah. Excellent shot. 7 feet for birdie. Go over to the 9th, and Bill Haas on the tee.
Yeah, the way Pete dissect these tees, you have to pick out a target and see how much you want to take on that right side over that bunker, man.
Could aim it to be that last tree up on the hill. Problem find the fairway for Billy Haas, 448-yard par 4.
All right, here at 18, JT Poston for birdie, making the turn.
Coming gently down the slope. Speed really shouldn't be an issue here. Have that left all the way.
Chesson Hadley set to go here, Byron.
Same thing. Uncomfortable a little bit for him, Matt, because he likes to play that draw.
Not as much as he used to when he first got on the tour. He used to hit a sweeping draw, lost his tour card privileges, and went back down to the web.com, dominated on that, fixed his swing a little bit, and obviously missed that into the rough. But has become a very good player.
Birdie putt, Tom Hoagie here at 18.
You can see the amateur reaction, but come on.
He's killing him. No part to make the turn there. Charles Howell make the turn, of course. Second at 18.
The wet grass makes it a little difficult to get clean contact. All in all, very fine shot just underneath the hole.
Bit of a breeze there.
Chris Stroud for birdie, teed off on the 10th, so this is his 8th hole, trying to get to -2. We saw one from that same direction, just miss on the right side. It's a very straight putt.
Another birdie putt for Phil. This at La Quinta. Likely one. That's pretty good. Oh, why not? All the way. Making everything today. Don't look now. But Phil is 7 under par.
Doesn't even take the putter to the hole. He's like, here, I'm done.
Yep, this is how it works. One putt. Man. 5 birdies and that eagle through 10 holes to open things up at La Quinta. You know you gotta post a little number if you play La Quinta on day 1, doing just that, up by 2. So off and running here in the desert, and you knew we wouldn't get through the entire show without wishing this man a happy anniversary, 20th anniversary of his 59 back in 1990. Now you come to the age and hear Mike Tirico's voice in your head. Is that what happens?
Hear the call and watching the replay. Sure, you know, it's always a joy to come out here. Always loved playing here. Never saw days like this very often.
No.
But yes, it's obviously a good memory.
It's a special place, right? As a kid growing up in Joliet, Illinois, bleak January nights where it's 5 degrees and you turn it on, you watch a tournament from the Coachella Valley,
Right.
whichever course out here, PGA West, and it's a magical place, and it still is.
Well, it still is, and granted, the format and the tournament has kind of changed a little bit over the years and evolved into what professional golf is today. But it's still a joy. It's a great way to start your calendar year. Obviously, we're in a wraparound season, but to start your calendar year if you didn't go to Hawaii and get a really good of how you're playing, how you're striking the golf ball, what you're doing well, what you're not doing well. Because typically, unlike today, the weather is absolutely perfect. If there's ever a place that it is like playing inside, it's here.
Yeah, usually, at least. Not saying he's going to shoot a 59, but Phil just off and running here. What do you make of what he's doing?
Well, you know, the thing that I saw in his quote of being a bit rusty coming out here, I take with a grain of salt. I know he's been working at home, but the one thing that really caught my eye was what is entirely important is he was fresh. And that means you're eager, you're excited, you're rested, you're ready to get at it. And you know that there's a little bit of things you might need to work out on the golf course, but everything else is in place.
At this age, too, that's an important part of what he's got to stay on top of.
Without question, I think as much as anything, you have to maintain your health, watch your fatigue levels, and pace yourself.
Congrats again, by the way.
Thank you.
Pretty nice. 59 sitting alongside you. Out to the 9th at Hadley.
Hadley hanging lie, Kurt.
Oh man, this is a severe downhill line. One of those when you walk up, you wonder how the ball stayed on the side of this slope like this. So Maddie's going to have to fight off a really low shot into this green. He's going to have to work hard to try to air it out a little bit. 188 to the hole.
Sound like a lot of club head on it.
Low towards the front middle. Oh yeah,
That's
out of that
well
lie.
And I bet, like you said, going low, wasn't going to be able to stop it very quickly, but that's a very nice recovery. We're at 11 now. Vegas for birdie, so just a moment ago.
This should have very little movement. Looks like it wants to get away to the left, but may hang on at the end.
And Bill Haas from the middle of the fairway.
Just an ideal drive here. 168 to the hole. Little wind puffing up. Didn't get the signal. It's either a hard 7 or just a little baby 6.
All right. That's working away to the middle of the green.
Of course. 18. Moment ago, the 3rd for Sean O'Hare from the bunker.
Just throw this up in the air, just onto the green, should release out.
You mean like that?
That was pretty well done.
Like that. So, good way to make the turn for him.
Baas might come off soon.
At the seventh now, had one 86 yards. Throw just past the hole with a little spin. Kind of like that. Adam Hadwin, the Canadian, about 4 feet left for birdie. Go back to 18.
Nicholas Kors over here. Howell just saw that happen. Just to get it to 3 under. You've got to admire what he's done through the years.
It's incredibly admirable. And then to see him win at the end of last year, start of the season, going through what he's gone through, just being so consistently good over the years,
yeah.
and sticking it out. I mean, that's a heck of a time lapse of what, 11 years. Yeah, you start to wonder at times, is it ever going to happen? But his consistency with his ball striking, into a win.
He's played so well throughout, and he's knocked on the door so many times. But to keep the belief that you can actually finish
Continue
again.
to believe in yourself, that
Right.
you can actually finish the job and get it done is the big thing.
Harder than it sounds. Mickelson red hot through 10, up by 2, day 1 here at the Desert Classic.
Par 3, 12th at La Quinta, a birdie opportunity for Zach Johnson. Long one though, outside 50 feet here. Dead weight. Fourth start of the season for Zach Johnson. Mixed bag, 2 missed cuts, and a tie for 7th at the RSM Classic sandwiched in between. Honolulu, who's former champion there. Aaron Wise to get it to 4 under here at the 10th. A little sluggish with that one, electing to keep the flagstick in, as a handful of players have done, as we've seen the first couple of weeks of this new calendar year. So Wise stays at 3 under par. And here's Rose now. After the birdie at the par 5 11, Justin's going to save his par there and remain at -2. We will leave La Quinta, slide over to Lorenzo Castro. Has a good birdie look here. And cashes in. Once again, 4 birdies on the round for Roberto Castro. Just 1 drop shot. Pick up the coin of his amateur partner there. The pro doing the heavy lifting there. Castro joins the pack at -3, 4 shots off the lead. One hour behind us, 3 ahead of us here as Phil Mickelson's lead is 2.
Nice.
3 under par, good for a share of 6th place right now. Included in that group is Chesson Hadley, right in the middle of his opening round.
Chesson Hadley at the 9th, and again, focusing that fairway metal.
Yeah, kind of the sure thing. Get it on top of the grass, uses a putting grip for stroke. Little downhill. That's the only thing he was worried about here.